Most of our audience knows that the year is 2020. We are one of the richest countries in the world, and there are endless food lines in Texas of people lining up at a food bank to get food. More than 6,000 cars and 25,000 people lined up to get free food from the North Texas Food Bank. This is the largest food giveaway ever by this food bank. Most people in the line received a turkey, some dry products, bread, and fresh produce. Each person was given about 20 meals worth of food, according to the food bank. At least 40% of the people waiting for food were new to that food bank and there because of the virus. There's a report from the Institute for Policy Research at Northwestern University from June, which reported that food insecurity has doubled in the United States and tripled for families with kids as a result of the pandemic. And when you look at the pictures and video of this and you realize this is optional, you have to be asking questions about why this is going on. We are not a country with no money and lacking resources. We throw out a third or more of the food that we produce. It's even more if you count all stages of the food production process, including stuff that's left in the fields because it would not be physically attractive enough to be worth it to send to a grocery store. We have a president that in the midst of this pandemic is just absent. Donald Trump has not taken questions in weeks. In the time since the election, he's only been seen 3 times. Once was 2 a.m. on election night claiming he won. One was laying a wreath on Veterans Day. And one was taking credit a week ago for coronavirus vaccines that are upcoming, reportedly, without taking a single question. He's not answered a single question from the media in weeks. And we have food lines as the president is gone. He's played golf twice in the last week, but he's not spoken to the media in 3 weeks. Remember when Donald Trump Jr. talked about how this is America. We don't have the food lines, the bread lines, like he supposedly saw in supposedly communist countries. Well, we do have them. He's just wrong. I guess the difference is these are capitalist bread lines rather than communist bread lines. For all the talk about communist bread lines, and this will never be a socialist country, this seems pretty damn dystopian to me. This is Texas, a capitalist state in the U.S., a capitalist country, filled the state and the country with capitalists everywhere. Socialism and communism are now just euphemisms for anything Republicans don't like, for the government doing something. We know that at this point. And by the way, how many people in the bread lines were the very people decrying socialist bread lines along with Donald Trump on Twitter just months ago? It is Texas, after all. It's as much a red state as it is a blue state, although it was close this election. The real socialism is that the red states, and in particular red counties, are regularly bailed out by blue states and blue counties. Think about this. On average, red states are dramatically more dependent on the federal government than blue states. And in fact, the blue states are subsidizing the red states by paying in more to the federal government than they get out, while the red states on average get much more from the federal government than they pay in. But then you can go even further. Look at it at the county level. The counties that Donald Trump won in the election in the whole country only contribute to 30% of our overall economy. The counties Joe Biden won contribute 70% to the overall economy. So think of those numbers and think of the hypocrisy of these people talking about self-sufficiency and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and dependence on the government. It's the red counties and the red states that overwhelmingly depend on the blue counties and the blue states. They'll never admit it. They'll never even understand it. They'll never hear about it. And yet we have the very same bread lines that Donald Trump Jr. and others decry as merely a feature or a bug, I guess, depending on your perspective, of so-called socialist and communist countries. It's pathetic, guys. We have real problems to solve, and Trump is just missing. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver. And here's how it works. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, Instead of actually using your real credit card number, the privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft, and it's free. There's no catch whatsoever. But if you want, Privacy also offers a $10 a month plan that gives you 1% cash back and lets you create 36 credit cards a month, and a $25 a month plan tailored more for small businesses where you can create 60 card numbers a month and much more. But definitely go ahead and at least get started with the free plan. You'll protect your financial info. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.